liquor, now she drunk. Yeah. She asked for a perk, I gave her one. Yeah. She and all her friends are down to fuck. Now we finna turn this shit up. Yeah. Sipping on that liquor, now we drunk. Yeah. She asked for a perk, I gave her one. Yeah. She and all her friends are down to fuck. Yeah. Now we finna turn this shit up. Yeah.
What up, guys? Welcome to the Dem Boyz podcast MMA edition. I'm going to talk about some of the UFC fighters today, what I think about them, who I think is going to win in some of these fights, what I think about John Jones' return. That's where we're going to finish it up. So I'm going to put all these different fighters in the description. Anybody that's into UFC, please drop a comment. Let me know what you think about my different opinions on these fighters and what I think is going to happen. First, we're going to start off with Kamaru Usman and Colby Covington. They just fought. What did I think of the fight? Honestly, I bet $100 on Colby Covington because I like to bet on the underdog. I don't really like him too much as a person because he talks a lot of shit, and half the shit that he talks about is bullshit. But like everybody in the MMA community says, he's a fucking nasty fighter. He really is. He took his ass whooping from Kamaru Usman. Usman, I think, is an amazing fighter. There's definitely some speculation whether he's on PEDs or not because of how much he's progressed over the years and how hard he can fucking hit. But do I think he was on PEDs for the fight? I'm not really sure, but no, because USADA tests them a lot. That rivalry was definitely crazy. Kamaru Usman versus Colby Covington. I don't know what's next for Covington. They said Masvidal. I don't think that's going to happen anymore. I have no idea. They want him to go up and in weight class and fight middleweight champ Israel Adesanya. That would be a fucking crazy fight. Who do I think the winner of that fight would be if they ever did do that? I'm probably going to go with Kamaru Usman if they do it at 185 and he takes some time before he does it. And the reason why is because his wrestling game is nasty. Although Israel Adesanya is one of my favorite fighters and I love his style, I think that if Kamaru Usman utilized his striking and wrestling and his ground and pound abilities against Israel Adesanya, there is a chance that he could beat him and be a two-belt champ. That would be crazy shit. So, will that ever happen? Probably not, because he said himself in interviews that two African champs with a belt is more important to him than one African champ with two belts. So, he has got love for his African brothers and doesn't see a reason why him and Israel Adesanya should fight unless Israel agrees to it. And there's a huge contract for like a lot of fucking money. So, yeah, that's what I think about them two. Let's move on to Dustin Porier and Charles Oliveira. Who do I think is going to win between them? I'm going with Dustin. The last fight that I saw with Charles was, who was it? Chandler. Michael Chandler. And that was a brutal fight. I definitely thought that Chandler was going to take him. There was one part in the fight where he was definitely kicking his ass. He had him on the ground. He was trying to go for some hits to the head, and Charles kept ducking underneath it, which was definitely some crazy bobbing and weaving for being in that position on the ground and getting hit by somebody who's got some strong power behind his punches, like Michael Chandler. So, but with the Dustin Poirier Charles Oliveira fight, I think I'm going to go with Dustin. I think that he has progressed insanely as a martial artist. I think that from, like, even in the Conor fight and just seeing how he had a lot of control over that fight, put a lot of pressure on Conor to the point where he broke his ankle. That was pretty crazy shit. Definitely a freak accident that happened to him, but before that did happen to him, he was totally getting his fucking ass kicked. So, yeah, that's what I think. Dustin Poirier has definitely got some crazy developed game. His punches are insane. I think that Dustin Poirier, Charles Oliveira, I think that Dustin might be able to take him by round 3. If Charles Oliveira is able to get him on the ground in a position where Charles Oliveira's jiu-jitsu is really good, so if he's able to get him on the ground in a position where he's uncomfortable and he's already taken some hard hits and stuff like that, then it is possible for Charles to win. But that's what it's probably going to take, is some ground game, because I don't know if standing up Charles is going to be able to go head-to-head with Dustin Poirier. Let me know what you guys think in the comments on that one for sure, since that fight's coming up December 11th. Next one that's coming early next year, Israel Adesanya, Robert Whittaker. Huge fucking fight. It's the second time that they're going to fight. And the first time Israel Adesanya beat Robert Whittaker, I'm pretty sure that's how he got the belt, right? And I think that there's a chance that Robert Whittaker could win. I got more into Robert Whittaker after seeing that fight, and I started checking out some of his previous fights, and he was a very dominant fighter, definitely very powerful. Israel Adesanya is really powerful though too, man, and those kicks that he's got come out of the middle of nowhere. He's really good at fighting from the outside, and even with a guy like Robert Whittaker who's got good wrestling and could have gotten him on the ground and kicked his ass, he was not able to. He was knocked out, and Israel Adesanya is a strong, crazy kickboxing dude, man, and his ground game is progressing, so we'll see what happens, early next year with that. That's definitely, like I said, Israel Adesanya is one of my favorite fighters. I don't agree with how he doesn't like John Jones, but whatever, that's his problem with him. Yeah, man. So there is a chance Robert Whittaker could take that one, but for that one, I am going to go with Israel Adesanya because I like him a lot. I want to see him add more rubies to that belt. He's that fucking dude. His kicks are fucking insane. He deserves everything that he's gotten so far. Doesn't matter if he doesn't have a complete game. He can kick your ass standing up. We'll talk about Francis Ngannou and Ciryl Gane. Who will win? Crazy, crazy ass fight. Definitely don't miss it. Heavyweights. Ciryl Gane is like, they say that he moves like a middleweight, but he's a heavyweight. And Francis Ngannou's just got crazy power, man. And if he lands one of them crazy powerful punches, he's got the most powerful punch in the world, they say. They even test it on a machine. You can go check it out on YouTube. Francis Ngannou's punch and Joe Rogan's kick are about the same strength. That's a crazy thing. Who do I think is going to win? Ciryl Gane. I'm not even kidding you. I love Francis Ngannou, but I'm going to go with Ciryl Gane because I do think that when it comes to a complete game and being fast and staying poised, he might have the advantage over Francis Ngannou. Now, if Francis Ngannou hits him with one of those overhand crazy punches, it could be lights out for Ciryl Gane. You know what I'm saying? Up until now, anybody that's hit hard with one of those big punches goes the fuck down, and he don't stop right there. He continues to ground and pound them and puts them the fuck away. I'm going to go with Ciryl Gane because I really, truly do think that he has the ability to take that belt from Francis Ngannou. But like I said, Ngannou gets off that punch like everybody knows. It's a hard one. It's early in the round so that he's not gassed out and he's still got some power. It's game over for Ciryl. John Jones, his return. Not really sure what exactly is going to happen, who he's going to be fighting. I don't know how they're going to let him into the heavyweight rankings as far as, who they're going to let him fight. Do I think they're going to let John Jones come straight in and fight either Francis Ngannou or Ciryl Gane? No, I don't. Whenever he does fight, I do think that he can come in and take the heavyweight belt. And if he does, they're definitely going to give him a chance at that sooner than the majority of the people that are in the heavyweight division, just for the simple fact that most of us MMA fans know John Jones has never lost. They want to see him be a 2-belt champ. He's probably pissed from losing. He says that it doesn't matter to him, but he's probably pissed from losing the fucking pound-for-pound ranking. I know I said something about Israel not having a full game and being above him on the pound-for-pound ranking now. Those are both things that are definitely a hit to his ego. And what I can say is that when John Jones is in a corner, he comes out of it swinging. And I really do think that after all these crazy things that have happened to him this year, 2021, with the domestic violence and also with losing that pound-for-pound ranking. He was inducted into the Hall of Fame. He had some good things happen for him this year, too. A lot of people got to leave him the fuck alone, man. You never know what's going on in somebody's life that could create a lot of these stupid things. The dude's obviously a fighter. He lives a crazy-ass life. The majority of them do. Yeah, there might be some fighters like Daniel Cormier who can hold together this little perfect family life or whatever they try to perceive it as on the outside. And that's not to talk shit about Daniel Cormier. I do like him, but he does talk. He's really invested into. There's a lot of guys that are really invested into John Jones' life, and that's because you got your ass kicked by him. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of you guys need to kind of buck up and suck up the fact that he whooped your ass, and let the guy do what he's got to do in MMA and keep his personal life out of your mouth. None of you are gonna do that because that's the way MMA news works. But fuck it, I'm making my own video and I can say what I think about whatever I think about John Jones because he's my favorite fighter. Anyways, yeah, when he returns, it's going to be sick. Everybody in the MMA I don't care who you are, everybody in the MMA community is looking forward to it. He says that he's going to be ready in a few months. That's looking like probably January, February, maybe March. Who knows exactly? We're going to keep it all updated. I'm going to keep doing more videos. Let me know what you think about all these different topics in the comments. And make sure that you subscribe to my channel, Dem Boyz Podcast. Tap in for an interview and also tap in and check out our merch on www.demboyspodcast.com. Thank you for watching.
I'm lost in my thoughts, my own world's what I be in. Succeeding, I'm seeing my future's bright, so I be needing and feeding off your energy. Trying to be something to remember, so I won't let you get the best of me. Pain from my past, let me learn, the scars define the kid. The demons always beat me down, they won't let me live. So it takes Hennessy, triple stack wood, stuff that would loud, see that's my remedy. Kicked up.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 shooters in my house, bitch, we ready to decapitate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 shooters in my house, bitch, we ready to decapitate.
Call him a corner, become a foreigner, changing the game. I've got no time for losers. Hitting your body, fish out of the water. You're flipping and flopping and ducking the shot. Got them popping, not stopping, aim out on my eyes. Valley stretching, you bitches small like us a hook. Click right down on our op and green.
Bitch, throw it back, make it nasty. I like it rough, told her smack me. You need to wait, then get at me.